All right, all right. Shalom. More praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and the few sisters that's out there onto the Israelite foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in Hebrew, which means peace. And this is a perfect article. I was holding back on this one when the Spirit was on me to do it. Now the Spirit is on me to do it. It says, after 900 nuclear tests on our land, U.S. wants to ethnically cleanse us, meet the most bombed nation in the world. Native American nation's land was turned into a nuclear test site. Now they suffer from illness. And man, oh man, this devil just don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. And all, when you watch these films of nuclear bombs and so forth, you be wondering, like, why the hell they be doing these tests at? Oh, come to find out, it's right in their own soils. Some places, it's right there on in the coast, some lands. All right, this man's nothing but he's the doctor of death. He's a bringer of death. All right, I'm gonna read some of this article. Said the most nuclear bombed nation on the planet is the unwanted acolyte claimed by the Shoshin, if I'm saying it wrong, Salakia, Native American tribe that has had devastating effects from the community. And RT spoke with one of the campaigners fighting for justice. So, if this don't prove that the nation of Israel, they're Israelites, I don't know what to say. All right? This is one of the main things that proves it. Here it is, you being subjugated by the enemy. Look at the history, all right? The history itself and the continuation to this very day. That's why I was watching a video that the brother Manazah did. But that video that was a while back. And the guy said something stupid. Jonathan something. He said, what if any other nation went to captivity? Would they be considered Israelites? That's like he's trying to stump us. And the idiot don't understand these things. Matter of fact, let me get to the scripture. Let me let the scripture speak, because it just kind of dawned to me, man. Deuteronomy 28. I think it's 37, but I could be wrong. No, it's not 37. No, it's Deuteronomy 28. 47? No. Salakia. There it is, 45. No. I don't get it. Matter of fact, I saw that 15. Yep, there it is. 15 and 59. It says, Deuteronomy 28, 50 and 15, it says, But it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So this is all these things that happen from 15 on 16 on down to 68 verse is what she's gonna say. I'm just gonna read it. Verse 59, it says, right, matter of fact, I saw that 58. If thou shalt not observe to do all these words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and that fearful name of the Lord thy power. Then we see how important the name of the Lord is. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. Then Yahweh will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the disease of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and thou shalt cleave unto, and they shall cleave unto thee. And we look up the word cleave It says cleave, to cling, to stick, to stay close, cleave, keep close, stick to stick with, follow closely. And that's a key. Every is on the Hebrew word is the bark. Everything that happens to blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, it sticks closely. A nigga always say you got bad luck. It's not luck. It's curses that's upon our people. Alright? It says to join, overtake, catch, to cling, to cleave, to stay with, to be joined together. Alright? So all these things was gonna join to us. Verse 61. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. And here it is. Here it is. After 900 nuclear tests on our land, U.S. wants to ethnically cleanse us, meet the most bombed nation in the world. All right? Now they're complaining about illnesses. Okay? That's part of the curses. These are part of the curses, showing you that these are the part of the nation of Israel. All right? Let's watch some of the videos here, what this guy said.
Welcome to RT.com. I'm Chris Sweeney, and today I'm joined by Ian Zabarty. Now, he is the principal man of the Western Bands of the Shoshone Nation. They are a tribe based out in the Las Vegas area in the USA. Now, there's probably a lot of things you don't realize about them, and it'll probably surprise you to know that they are the most bombed nation on the planet. Quite surprising. Not a lot's known about it. So we'll bring in Ian, first of all, to check how he's doing. So, hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for asking.
No problem at all. Well, I alluded to it there. You are the principal man for the Western Bands of the Shoshone Nation. You're a tribe out in Nevada. But there's a legacy there that started in 1951 when your land was used for an extreme amount of nuclear testing and bombing.
Yes, that is true. The United States came into our treaty-defined territory, made no claim by the treaty, which emanates from international law, and occupied and continues to occupy vast portions of our country in secret. And we don't know what they're doing out there. We have learned through our own bodies that we've been exposed to radiation from fallout of the 928 nuclear weapons tests since 1951, 24 jointly with the United Kingdom. So we're still trying to...
Welcome to RT.com.
And it's not just them too. It just dawned to me. You had Detroit with the lead that was publicly known. All right, they made a big deal out of it that people in Detroit was their water was full of lead. That was publicly. You had also what they did to Tuskegee experiment and all that other stuff. So Esau is blatantly doing these things, and to this very day, you got your chemtrails and so forth. So he said about the treaties. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This man's a goddamn devil, man. All right, this man's a goddamn devil. No matter what he says, I'm just gonna read it. Isaiah 55, I believe it's 20. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant, which he said. What did that guy say? He said that which those are international treaties. He broken every last covenant. A covenant is what? An agreement is a treaty. All right. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they were drawn swords. So this man is literally he's out for blood, man. All right, and he don't care what casualty. He wants to perfect his masterful thing. And I was watching Elder Einop's video today, and he, on pretty much the Frankenstein thing, and the video had like a whole bunch of doctors that did weird experiments that they should be put to death for. And and we all know all these things. When you go to the doctor and you see the human body and the parts and the pieces of the human body, how they're functional, how did they learn all this from? They learn it by doing it to their slaves. So this man has been experimenting on you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans for centuries, man. All right, for centuries. Some public, some in the dark. All right. This is why this man has to go. This is why the Lord is going to take this man out of power. Matter of fact, let me get one more, and I'm gonna go back to the video. I gotta bring this out. Amos 1:11. So thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity. His anger did and his anger he tarried perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. And when you look up the word perpetually, it means forever. All right, eternal. So this thing is, matter of fact, what's another form of eternity? Revelations 12:17, it says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman, which the woman in this particular verse, it represents the nation of Israel, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed. All right, and to this very day, this man has been at war with us. And warfare is not just 2 opposing armies going at each other. Warfare could be psychological warfare. It could be, which right now is a psychological warfare. It's a chemical warfare. It's all sorts of, all types of things. War against the nation of Israel. All right. And majority of the times, our people are unaware of what's happening. This devil is slick, man. He's been at war, showing no mercies at all to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the biblical Israelites. Okay? But his ultimate main goal, according to this scripture, is to go after the elect of the nation of Israel. All right? That's why it says to make war with and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahushua. So he's gonna kill, slaughter, get rid of all he can, but the key thing he wants to go after is the elect. All right. So Esau has a lot to pay for. Let me go back to the video. Let me see if I and I screwed up. It was a minute in.
Non-Shoshone
estimated in the Shoshone land there's been 600
is faced with the decision to additional weapons of mass destruction within 2 months. They are
620 kilotons.
If I can get to make that happen. This is a crime.
I was like 1 minute in. Damn. All right, let's
Non-Shoshone unit of local government.
I was just saying. Then that's another devil over there. All right.
Over the past century, nuclear nations have conducted a variety of nuclear tests. The power of the atom is a scary but also an amazing thing to witness. Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 15 most incredible nuclear tests. Number 1, Bravo. Over the past century, nuclear nations have conducted a...
Just trying to get it back where he's saying...
Welcome to RT.com. I'm Chris Sweeney, and today I'm joined by Ian Zabarty. Now, he is the principal...
Esau's such a devil.
Of individuals. Origin is important.
He's such a devil when he was talking about the president of Syria and the chemicals that they're dropping on their people. And look what they're doing to their own citizens, the people that been here before they got their red ass. All right? Look what he's doing. Man, this devil he's going to have to pay a hefty price, man.
Important, but the United States continues to bring more non-Shoshone, other Americans into our country, is actually doing more violence because our opportunities. This is Shoshone property. The United States cannot prove ownership to it, but they come into our country and they provide tax money to the state of Nevada, and the state of Nevada takes that money and provides it to every other non-Shoshone unit of local government, your city, your county, and we get nothing. That is taxation without representation. It's fundamental to what America was formed under. And this is the violence that we are enduring. We don't have any help. Have to help ourselves. So I appreciate your interest in this.
Absolutely. I mean, maybe just for people that are not aware.
And that's another thing too. See, Jake always they want Esau to help out, but he said the one thing he said was right. We gotta help ourselves. Yeah, because at the end of the day, Esau is gonna still be the devil. All right, you're not gonna get no help from this devil. This devil want to push you. He wants to annihilate us. All right, and look at this red cracker over here acting like he cares. But this is good reporting because it shows you to this very day. All right, you know how people like to say, "Oh, that slavery and genocide was a thing in the past." No, it's still happening to this very day, this very moment. All right, that's why the Lord is about to bring this heavy judgment upon the shores of America. I'm gonna let it play a little bit, and I'm gonna get some more scriptures, and I'm gonna end it off.
Aware, can you maybe locate the Shoshone Nation? So you're west of Las Vegas, is that correct?
Yes, the Shoshone Nation stretches from Death Valley, the Mojave Desert in the southwest, all the way to Yellowstone National Park. And we have Eastern Shoshone, we have Western Shoshone, we have Northern Shoshone, we have Goshute Shoshone, and we have the Shoshone Bannock. So we are the largest tribe. We have 6 treaties. And the treaty that's at issue here is the Treaty of Ruby Valley of 1863. And we wouldn't have signed a treaty which would end in our ultimate destruction. And that's why the United States isn't talking about these things. We have to study our own adverse health consequences because the United States doesn't want to. The United States would be no different than Nazi Germany studying the health consequences of their testing on Jewish people. And that is so far from right. We have to do it ourselves. The United States isn't helping, and we need help.
Absolutely. So
y'all brothers can see the rest. I mean, it's
part of all this happened, if I'm right.
The mistreatment of Jake to this very day. You want to know why we call him the devil? This man don't give a damn about you. All right. A couple of scriptures. Colossians 3:25, it says, "But he that doeth wrong, shall he not receive for the wrong which he have done? There's no respect of person." So the things that this man is doing, shall he not receive for the evil that he's conducting to this very day? He's destroying the Lord's people. All right. People think, like, going back, people think it's a thing of the past. When he's talking about slavery and the genocide, he's doing it to this day. All right. To this damn day. It says, Galatians 6:7, it says, "Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." And this is exactly why, I got to bring this out. Revelations 13:9-10, it says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth him to captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." So he must be killed with the sword. He's poisonous. He's give people, Jake, diseases. He's putting witchcraft on Jake. He's doing a whole bunch of things. And the things that we don't even know, we can't even utter the things that he's doing to this very day. All right? There's some things that we don't even know what else he's doing. We know he's poisoning the air. We know the food is poison. We know the drink is poison because the information is coming out. But what else is he doing? All right, he's doing more demonic things against us. So this man has a lot to pay for, man. It says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. And I'm going to end it off on this. Revelations 18. I already don't know when to start. I'm going to read 5 on down. Matter of fact, 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye may not be partakers of her sin, that ye shall receive not her plagues, but her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High remembered her iniquity. Reward her even as she's rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. So whatever Babylon has done unto a particular people, they're going to have to, the people, once they find out, they're going to have to pay her back. All right? They're going to have to pay her back. That's what it's basically saying. Reward her even as she's rewarded you. How have America rewarded blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? They rewarded them with hatred. All right? It says, verse 7, How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornications and lived deliciously with her shall bemoan her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. And the kings, all of these other nations that have joined together, has been in bed with Babylon the Great. So they all going to suffer the same price. Okay? Guilty by association. Same way when, if you know somebody that's a gangster or somebody that's doing something and you not even part of it, and then they come arrest you and they say you're guilty by association. Okay, guess what? These other nations are guilty by association. That's why Revelations 11 and 18, I believe, it said the nations were angry. All right? That wrath has come because they joint with Esau, and now the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua is about to be upon them. It says, verse 10, standing afar off from her, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, Babylon, mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. The merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man have buyeth their merchandise anymore. No more trades. All right, this is the money. America is more of a what's that word I'm looking for? America is more on the buying side than on the selling side. All right. It takes, it's a certain word I can't remember right now. It'll come to me. It says the merchants of gold, silver, and precious stones, of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all fine wood, and all manner of vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessels of precious, most precious woods, of brass, of iron, of marble, of cinnamon, of odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. And this is the key: slaves and souls of men. So to this very day, for this 2022, I'm doing this show 2022, January 13th. To this very day, there are slaves. You got your regular workforce, and you have people that's really in bondage. Okay, you got children that's being taken from their parents. They selling them in the dark web. All right, as slaves. You have a whole bunch of things that's going on. You got the migrants. They being taken care of. Hey, but elder brother Sabar did a show in Georgia. They had, I believe it was Issachar, picking cotton. All right. So to this very moment, this place have slaves, man. And in the next verse, the souls of men. All right. This is the place where they devour men's souls. This is a wicked ass place on the planet Earth. All right. Witchcraft on a high level. Okay. Everywhere you go, any city is nothing but witchcraft. All right. It says, in the fruits that thy soul lusts after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. And the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. So when America is being destroyed, it's gonna be a global event. All right, the whole entire planet Earth is gonna be rocked to and fro. But the main thing the Earth is settled, the only place that's gonna be burnt forever is gonna be America. Okay. It says, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls. And this is not talking about the Vatican, this is talking about America. From 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster and all the company and ships and sailors, and as many trade by the sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, what cities like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, for that great city wherein we were made rich, and all had ships in the sea by the reason of her costly. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. So when it took over 235 years to make the United States of America. It's gonna take 1 hour to demolish this whole goddamn kingdom. But here's the point. I just wanted to read everything to get the whole thing. It said, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. So it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more. Because what are they doing? They were trying to perfect this nuclear destruction. I'm not talking about the heavens. I'm talking about the United States of America. So they didn't give a damn who they made sick or whatever. So now not only the United States have nuclear capability, all these other nations have it. All right. So the Lord is going to use all these nations that built up all these nuclear arms. They're going to shoot all these missiles. Hey, some of the missiles that's sent forth in America, they might come back on it. We don't know. All right. But this place is going to be bombarded with missiles. And plus, you're going to have to add Yahweh Shai with the angels shooting lasers in this place. So this place is going to be utterly burnt for what they done unto the Lord's chosen, man. All right. I think it's a little bit more. Actually, there is a little more. It says, the voice of the harps and the musicians and the pipes and the trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found no more in thee. The sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. It says, and the light of the candle shall shine no more in thee, no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth. For by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Damn, I gotta bring this out more. And it says, and in her was found, and here's the point, in her was found the blood of the prophets and of the saints of all that were slain upon the earth. And who are the saints? The nation of Israel. What does saints means? Separate, holy. All right, Kodash. So all the saints, so the moment that they stepped their foot over here in these lands, the first people that they met were the saints of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And what proved that is Columbus. Columbus wasn't the only one. They all had Hebrew interpreters. And plenty of books that show that the people that was dwelling on this land were Hebrews, and they still slaughtered them. So this is, I'm gonna read this again. It says, in her, so in America, all right, was found the blood of the prophets, all right, and of the saints. Who are the prophets and the saints? The Israelites, okay, and of all that were slain upon the earth. So this is the place of the souls of men. So with that, sorry, real quick, if y'all brothers want to check this out, I probably low one I can remember to put the link and watch this whole interview. I didn't even watch the whole interview, but shows you that this place red-handed once again on the slaughtering of the Lord's saints, his people. Matter of fact, I do have one more scripture because it's just dawned to me. 2nd Ezra 15, I think it's 40. 2nd Ezra 15, I'm going to go to the points. Okay, 49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to the waste thy houses with destruction of death, and the glory of the power shall be dried up, as a flower that the heat shall arise that is sent over thee. That heat's coming from those missiles. So step by step, the reason why America's in a bad predicament is payback times, payback season. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, as one that's chastised with the wounds, so that mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, that if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thy hand, saying over the dead bodies when they was drunken. So the slaying of the Lord's chosen is taking place here in the shores of America. So the Lord said, if you haven't done all these things that you have done unto the Lord's chosen, all right, to this day, I'm going to repeat it again, to this day, America are slaying the Lord's chosen. So this place is bound to be destroyed. It's destined to be annihilated. All right, you found it, red-handed, guilty. It says, set forth thy beauty of thy countenance. This place believed to be a queen and would never be taken down. The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, so even so shall the Most High Yahweh do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischiefs. And this is why America is in the predicament that it is. It says, thy children shall die of hunger, and that shall fall through the sword, and thy city shall be broken, and all thine shall perish from the sword in the field. So utter violence, chaos, death, destruction is destined for America. All right, because what they have done unto the Lord's chosen people. So with that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations, shalom.